I love my life.
Hello, you furries, pursuiters, and fur friends, and as most of you know, this month is Pride Month, so I thought an interesting video would be sharing my coming out story. Since this is a fursuit channel, I'll also be talking about how I came out as a furry, even though it's not part of Pride Month. I just thought I'd throw it in there. So let's get started. So as some of you know, I am gay, and I first figured it out about 7th grade. And oh boy, was that like a huge thing going in my head. I'm like, oh god, I'm gay. This is bad. But once I came to terms with it, I'm like, okay. So I told all my friends, and that was nerve-wracking. Especially one of my closest friends, who I've been friends with for 11 years now, is really religious, and I was really scared that she wouldn't really accept me, but here we are now. She's bisexual, and we're like the bestest friends still. But the hardest part for me was coming out to my parents because, well, they used to be super religious. They used to like own a church, and we used to go to church all the time, and so I was really scared. And so I told my sisters first. My oldest sister, Rylan, that most of you know, I told her, and she was completely okay with it. And then I told my other sister, and it was like so random. I'm like, hey, I'm gay, and she's like, I know. And I'm like, what? How? I was so surprised. She knew. The funny thing is, when I was younger, my sisters used to call me a lesbian all the time, and I didn't know what it meant. So I got so sad. I would run to my mom crying. I'm like, Mom, they called me a lesbian. And my mom would yell at them like, don't call your sister a lesbian. But they knew it. They knew it all along. I was just a blind one. So that was interesting telling my sisters. And one day, my sister, who knew, my middle sister, she was out at a football game with my mother. And I'm like, you know, it's time to tell my parents. So I told her to tell her instead. I told my sister to come out to my mom for me because I was too dang scared. Great plan, right? So I finally convinced her to do it, and she's like, Mom, she's gay. And my mom didn't believe it. She's like, stop kidding. Like, that's not even a funny joke. And she was like texting me as this was happening. And my sister's like, she doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe that you're gay. And I'm like, well, keep telling her. Say, I'm telling you to do this. Say, I'm gay. And then my mom, like, finally got it. And when she came home, she was like, she didn't really say much until that night I was in my room, and she came in, and she was upset, but not in the reason that you'd think. She wasn't upset that I was gay. She was upset that I didn't think that she'd accept me, which, like, I was really happy about, because I have spent all this time worrying about, oh my god, what is she gonna say? Well, it turns out she was sad that I thought she'd not accept me. And that was like the best moment. And I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And then it came my dad. Well, my dad's a different story because my mom grew up in a very liberal family, and my dad grew up in a very conservative family. So it was different for him. And of course, again, I was too dang scared. Too dang scared to tell him. So I told my mom, and that same day, I'm like, Mom, can you tell Dad I'm gay? I don't know what he's gonna say. I'm scared. You know, I don't like confrontation. I'm that kind of person. I'll stay away from it as far as I can, as best as I can. So I'm like, Mom, can you just tell him, please? You know him best. You know, to get on his good side or whatever. I don't know. You know the best way to bring it up. So they went to the market, like the next day, and she told him. And they came home. He didn't really say anything. And You know, I was really scared, you know, I'm like, oh my god, does he hate me? I didn't know what to think for the while, and she came into my room again, and I'm like, so how did it go? What did he say? And she's like, it was, I can't remember exactly what she said because I came out 2 years ago, but it was more along the lines of he doesn't know how to process it, but he's okay with it. And I was like, okay. And from then up until now, I think my dad kind of struggles with it still, but I mean, he accepts me. I've come out to his extended family and my mom's extended family. My dad's extended family doesn't like me. They don't like me. They're extremely conservative. I came out to them on Thanksgiving. Great day, by the way. So fantastic. I know as we were leaving, I said, my sister Rylan said, everyone, she has an announcement, and I'm like, I'm gay. And I'm pretty sure everyone just died a little inside, but pretty much everyone came up, hugged me, said they loved me, and we left. To be honest, I was expecting Bibles thrown at me and saying, I'm going to hell. But that didn't happen. But I heard as soon as I left, some people started crying. As in, they were upset that I was gay. And that's okay because I don't like half of that family anyway. So it's good. So here I am. Pretty much everyone accepts me. I've only met a few people who don't, and even then I haven't gone through any harassment or anything. So that's my gay coming out story. Let's get to the furry part. That's a fun one. So basically, back in 2012, I found furries. I'm like, holy crap, this is really weird. Stay away, please. And then next year came, and I found him again. And I'm like, you know, it is really weird, but I saw Telephone and Taylor, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute. I loved their performances and stuff, and I fell in love. So that's how I got into the fandom, and when it came time to come out, that was an experience. Yeah. So basically, I was on Furry, the auction website, and I found this partial suit, and it was, oh my god, it was so cute. It was $450, and I'm like, I want this, but I don't have the money, so I'm gonna ask my parents. So I come to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, and I always have this face when I want to buy something, and she knows that face, and she's like, what do you want? What do you want to buy this time? And I'm like, Mom, I want to buy this costume. It's called a fursuit. And she's like, what? You want a what? What? And I'm like, it's just like an animal costume. And she thought I was talking about like a Yeti. She thought I wanted to be like a Yeti or a Bigfoot or like a fur coat putting on. And I'm like, no, Mom. Let me show you. So I pulled up the website, I showed her the suit, and I'm like, look how cute it is, this little puppy. And she's like, why? And my dad was also in the room, but he didn't really like join in the conversation. I think he tried his best to stay away, which I don't blame him for. I would stay away too. If my child came up to me, if I had a child right now, and she or him came up to me while I was in a fursuit and asked for a fursuit, I'd be like, what the heck? No, that's disgusting. Go away. So I pulled up a Google search and I showed her a bunch of fursuits, and including like Autumn Fallings, Phoenix Nest, Don't Hug Cacti, that's for up suits. And I explained all the good things, like how we can raise money for charity. It's just being a little kid again. It's just a fun hobby, and we're not hurting anyone. It's just something to be weird. I'm like, Mom, you know I'm weird. I'm just taking it to the next level, and I know you'll accept me. What do you say? And, well, she said yes. So we bid on the suit, and we lost. And so I contacted the seller, and she gave me a list of pre-mades, and I chose this baby. And yeah, so that's also another fun fact. Kyla's not my persona, she's just a pre-made. Yeah, she's not me. That's kind of why I find it funny when people call me Kyla all the time, even though my YouTube channel is Kyla. I wear her all the time. She's my only fursuit. It's just funny because she's not my persona. Call me Sheena. My name is Sheena. but it's fine. So basically, that's how I came out as gay and furry. Yay! I don't really know what else to do. I don't know if I did those coming out stories well. I'm not good at explaining things. So that's basically it for you guys. I'm planning on doing an unboxing video of Sheena about next week or in 2 weeks, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Happy Pride Month. I hope all of you have a wonderful month celebrating the LGBT community, as well as Anthrocon, even though I'm so out of it today. I just want to crawl and die. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video or at Anthrocon. So, in the meantime, love ya. Bye!